Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome into the channel. My name is Brent. Today we're going to be covering Fidelity versus Robinhood. We're going to go through here very unedited because I want to get this video uploaded to YouTube right away. So I just moved my entire portfolio from Fidelity over to Robinhood. Why? Because Fidelity was offering a 3.28% using SPACs versus over at Robinhood, I'm able to get up to 3.75. So they're also giving a 2 to 3% transfer bonus right now. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you the quick math of why I'm leaving Fidelity, an old school broker, and heading over to Robinhood and using Robinhood Gold. So this is the last day to get this bonus. So with that said, we're going to be diving into the video fairly quickly. If you guys are brand new here, definitely subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and let's go ahead into efficiency over tradition, optimizing every single dollar. So the setup, cash and margin efficiency, this is one of the main, early entry kind of things here. Fidelity SPACs is offering a 3.28% APY. This adjusts here up and down based on the Fed fund rate, right? Same thing with many other things. Robinhood Gold is offering a flat 3.75%. Has always been higher from what I've seen from SoFi, Wealthfront, other Ally, other high yield savings accounts. Also, on the math, if I were to have roughly $4,000 to $5,000 in cash with all the dividends that are getting paid out on a monthly basis, plus I have other capital that gets deposited in there from my other businesses and such, affiliates and whatever, that's an extra $23.50, per year, essentially for doing nothing. So while it is only about a 0.5% difference, it is going to bump up a little bit of the savings rate there. Another thing here, I talk with Fidelity often, trying to reduce my margin rate from, I believe it was around 12 point some percent or 11 point some percent. And they were very strict about not going anywhere less than 10, trying to get down into the sevens. It just was not happening. So over at Robinhood, the base rate when you have, I believe it's anywhere between $2,000 to $100,000, it's around 5%. Now it does go substantially lower, down to 3.95%, but that is still half of what the margin rate is over at Fidelity. And I do use margin on occasion. If I'm paying off a bill and I don't have capital in the account, it'll just go into margin for a few days until some dividends or other cash arrives into the account. And some of my old holdings such as BTCI and IAUI were being held in margin. So I'm hoping that with the transfer, that will count as margin and I'll get the 3% bonus. We'll cover that here in more of a minute. So it's just more of a strategic thing. By moving, I'm cutting my borrowing costs. If I do end up borrowing margin and basically half, plus I'm being able to kind of share more of the interest in just kind of having capital sitting in the account versus having to directly deposit right away. So it's just one of the early things here I just want to kind of bring up here. Now, the 2 to 3% bonus right now that is going on, the deadline is today, March 25th, the final day of the 2 to 3% bonus match. Just within probably about an hour of this video going online, it's going to be closing down. So the portfolio math here right now, as of my video on Monday market close, I had roughly $317,000 in that account in equities being held. Now the market has moved slightly higher from Monday. So I initiated all on, I believe it was Monday night, basically Tuesday. The 2% baseline based off my portfolio value would be roughly 6,340. But when checking over my documents, I was showing that I was holding some holdings in margin, such as my BTCI and IAUI, which is a gold covered call fund. So because these are held in margin, when I did do the transfer, I should get roughly a 3% bonus. So my expected transfer bonus is $9,510. And this is completely free equity that I could use to invest while the market is down into holdings that I already love and would hold for the long term. So it's just a huge bonus there just for going. Now, there is a catch, obviously. I must maintain the balance that I transferred over the holdings for up to 5 years to keep the full match. It's a small price to pay for nearly a $10,000 bonus in just transferring. I've done bonuses in the past when I moved from Merrill Edge over to Schwab. Those were $500 for $100,000. I put open two accounts, one for me and one for my wife, deposit $100,000, and I got $1,000 bonus there. But this is 9 times that, right? It's a huge bonus. So it was well worth the transfer in some time frame because Robinhood's still going to be doing well. As you can see here, I pulled up the Robinhood website. This is showing that the bonus transfer ends here in about 2 hours. So you get a 3% account transfer, get an uncapped 2% bonus on transfers of self-directed and individual tax accounts with Gold, or you get 3% when your transfer includes margin balance of $10,000 or more, which is what I believe I do have in the account. You do get a 1% bonus on the UTMA accounts, which are the kids accounts, the custodial accounts, and they will cover the transfer cost up to $75 if you transfer $7,500 or more. So went through the whole process, did all that. My Fidelity account's completely cleared out, and I'm just waiting for it all to arrive into my Fidelity account. Okay, the last and final thing I wanted to cover quickly is because I signed up for the Robinhood Gold $50 yearly thing, I also was able to access the Robinhood Gold card. Now, this thing is a massive thing. The 3% cashback engine and the 2% standard Fidelity card with the 3% Robinhood powerhouse. So here's the comparisons here. Fidelity offers a 2% flash cashback card versus the Robinhood Gold card gets a 3% flat cashback uncapped. So both of them are uncapped, but that 1% difference makes a huge difference in a yearly basis. Now, if your annual spend on a monthly basis is $2,000, which, I've done videos over the past of doing my budgets, and I've put down anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, sometimes a little bit more on my credit card and had to pay it down. So if I'm just doing on average $2,000 over on Fidelity, that would roughly get me $480 a year in cashback bonuses. Now, with a 3% bonus, that's a $720 cashback bonus. That's a difference of $240 for the exact same spend. Now, if I were spending, say, $3,000 on that 3% cashback card, or 2% cashback card over Fidelity, that would be $720. But with a 3% cashback card, that would be $1,080. That would be a $360 difference just from that 1% difference in using a Fidelity card over my new Robinhood Gold card, which I've recently just swapped all my my auto pay, my bills and stuff has been all swapped to my Robinhood Gold card, and that is one that I'm going to be going forward to begin using, 24/7 now. So big differences there, right? That's an extra $240 to $360 going straight back into my dividend portfolio in order to compound buying up more shares, buying up more, covered call ETFs, and increasing my yearly income going forward from there on. So the verdict, the last and final thing here is the $50 bonus or the $50 year worth it for Robinhood Gold? I would say that the cost of the Robinhood Gold subscription right now, I pay a flat fee. I paid $50 up front versus the monthly fee, right? It's just 50 versus 60. And if I do it this way, my fees will be covered on the cash alone, right? If I spend $50 and I get cash back 1 month, my very first month, the very first $415 that I spend on my Robinhood Gold card will basically pay for the monthly cost of that card. And then everything extra on top of that $415 will just be additional cash on top that I'm going to be spending regardless whether I, want to or not. The cost of living out there does cost to, live in a home, to go out there and have utilities and different things, right? So we have to apply it towards something. So I would say that the cost of Robinhood Gold and the benefits that you get from Robinhood Gold, the 3% transfer bonus, the 3% cashback card, the higher APY just outweighs that $50 cost that I'm going to be getting just in the cashback alone difference. So yeah, I kind of mentioned over on it here, between that $9,500 bonus, the lower margin rates, the higher cash yield, that $50 fee is going to be paid within the first 48 hours of bonus. When my account does fully transfer over to, it's just going to be completely knocked off the board as well. So that is all that I wanted to cover in today's video. So it's not just about investing, it's about freedom, making smart choices with your money and moving from Fidelity over to Robinhood is definitely a smart choice that I am making for myself. So my question to you guys is, what broker are you guys currently using? Did you take advantage of any of the transfer bonuses in the past, or plan to take any bonuses, transfer bonuses in the future? Let me know down in the comment section below. Otherwise, I really do appreciate everyone for tuning in and hanging out with me today. Be sure to go down below, hit that subscribe, smash that thumbs up for more weekly investing videos, okay? So that is it from me. Thank you all for tuning in. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.